Dan,
Eric,
and Dr. Aggro
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Podcast 31-ish. I believe it's 31. We've done 31.
31.
We've done way more than 31.
our podcast is an adult and has moved out of its parents' house.
I actually, what?
Liar?
A liar.
That's what it tells people on OkCupid profile.
We rebooted the last podcast series at about 25, so we've done a lot of fucking podcasts.
Yep.
It's really amusing to go back and listen to old ones.
Yeah.
I should make sure that they get rehosted onto YouTube, or at least put in an archive somewhere before Blip goes down.
I can't find the second one.
The second.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea.
Because the second one's the one where we totally call all of the Xbox One's DRM
no way.
shit, isn't
What?
it?
No way.
I think that's what you said.
No,
So it
that
sounds like
one's-
Microsoft took it from you.
bastards. But
I still have
I have an archive.
the Proto podcast.
Give me
somewhere.
that. I need that.
I think it's on my PSP.
You go and find that, because that is important.
We
to me.
talked about which Metroid before Other M, where we were discussing what it could mean, all like the new trailers, and before we
This
found
is
out,
pre-GigaBoots.
Yeah.
This was Joseph Nealon, you, me.
probably Bob,
Was I a part of
maybe
this?
Jay.
I don't
Maybe you
remember
weren't.
doing this.
Yeah, okay. It was me,
I don't think I was in a
Jay.
podcast with Joseph Nealon.
me, Jay, Joseph Nealon, Bob, and were you there?
I think I was there. Yeah, I
I'm
was
pretty
there.
sure you were there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
It was something. Something's a good phrase for that. It really got off topic. That's okay. This is a conversational podcast.
I don't think we had a topic yet.
Which is no, we had a topic. We were doing a podcast.
Oh.
We went off topic by being a bunch of rambling assholes talking about, man, we've done a lot of podcasts. This is that shitty flashback episode of podcast.
We've had a lot of crazy adventures. I'm thinking some of them right now. Yeah, so am I.
Too bad you don't have
Is
visuals.
it very wavy in here? Does anyone?
Super fucking wavy.
Oh my God.
I think it's all this pot.
Casting.
Is that Mike Myers and Dana Carvey in the corner?
No, it's just Dana Carvey, and he's only doing that old lady.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Mark Cerny?
Wow. Wow. Good job.
No, I think I told this story before. I'm not sure that I did it on the podcast because So I'm friends with developers on Facebook, which is Dylan Cuthbert from Star Fox fame. So he's sitting there and he posted this interview late last year. In fact, no one talked about this on the internet. It was very disappointing that this didn't get out as an article on some site where people go and actually read things. I don't know, it's gossipy but hilarious. So in any case, late last year, Dylan Cuthbert just posted his wall this interview Mark Cerny does with Eurogamer about the PS4. Some juggalo that Dylan Cuthbert is friends with comes in there after a comment or two from other people. Actually, no, he was the first comment, and he's like, why does that person why is that person the church lady? Or impersonating the church lady? Mark fucking Cerny actually shows up and he's like, because I am.
X86, Lisa.
And everyone's like, sick burn! And the guy's like, oh shit, I didn't realize Dylan Cuthbert was friends with Mark Cerny on Facebook, because there's fake Mark Cernys on every other social network. But legit Mark Cerny is actually on Facebook. It's so fucking great.
I think it's the best part of any scenario when you can go, and then Mark Cerny shows up.
And then Mark Cerny shows up and actually owns the church lady thing.
And hands him some ointment and says, you'll need this for that burn.
You'll need this for later. And then he's like, because I'm burned badly now, or is Mark Cerny gonna rape me, guys?
At least he's being nice by giving me lotion to prepare.
Thank you, Mark Cerny.
It puts the lotion on its skin. Okay. No. Not there.
Not there.
No.
Ooh.
Lower.
Lower. I don't like this
Right?
podcast.
Okay.
I
Now
don't like
higher.
this podcast.
Deeper.
I don't like this podcast at all. I need to get this off of this train track. Hey, Eric, what you been playing?
I've been playing Flare Up with Disease, the video game.
Okay, cool. What video games have you been playing?
Basically none, because that.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. It's hard to do anything for a set amount of time when you're constantly running to the bathroom.
You can run to the bathroom.
That's why they invented portables, Eric.
It is true. That's, you know, it'd be,
No, I've had.
you know what's great anywhere, anytime? Tails Adventure.
I thought you were gonna say bagel bites.
Bagel Bites too.
Because when Tails is on a bagel, you can have Tails Adventure anytime.
Let me tell you something though, Eric. Don't eat bagel bites while playing your Game Gear.
Noted.
I have 2 Game Gears. I'm good.
No, Dan. You have 2 Game Gears. You're not okay.
No, I think Wakana can back me up because I am extra okay.
I feel like you have a power cable running from one to the other.
In me power. And then I close the Game Gears on my head and I go to the virtual world where I'm Captain S.
Just like
Captain
turn
N
sideways
was
and
Nintendo.
put one Game Gear over each eye.
Yeah,
There actually was.
it's an Oculus Rift.
There actually was a Captain. Someone did a Captain S. It was
Oh,
like video crew people.
cool.
It's super cheesy, but you might like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Captain N was super cheesy and awful. Like
Yeah.
most classic shit I can get into, like a Legend of Zelda cartoon where he's like, "Well, excuse me, princess." Like I can get into that. I'm like, that's fucking awful. Haha. Captain N, I tune in and I'm just this is garbage and makes me feel icky.
Just like Mega Man.
Gross.
No.
Hey, I'm Mega Man. I smoke a pack a day.
Is
And
it
I'm Simon Belmont.
right?
And
That
I'm
broke
just,
me.
I'm just like, this is so wrong.
At no point is any. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm
Because
done.
we've made
Right?
headcanon for
Not
Castlevania.
even in our stupidest headcanon was that Simon Belmont.
No, because he's like the drunk grandfather, the alcoholic, right? Like, I figure he's the deeply disturbed one that the whole family has to respect because he's older than them.
And he sees all of his offspring and he hates them quietly from the corner.
Yeah.
Getting drunker and meaner.
While Juice Day gets drunker and more fancy.
I get the feeling like at the Christmas party, Juice Day keeps hitting on Nathan Graves, trying to get Nathan to tell him whether or not they're related.
Hey, buddy.
Nathan, he's like a gun to wing pilot. No, I am badass. I'm just pretty. Get the fuck away from me.
So your mom was what was her name again?
Manlier than you. Get the fuck away from me.
Fucking Juice Day, of course, slightly adjusting all these like little tables and things, doilies. And
And he has no volume control. He would always say, "Oh yeah, so always," and then he'll move the table. Yes, this looks good here.
What was the only female Belmont?
Sonya.
Sonia. Okay. I was like, she's in the corner, hoping it's well past the era in history where incest was totes a thing.
Depends on your geographical location, but
That's the weird thing about the Belmont bloodline, and I would love to have somebody from the Castlevania dungeon like on the internet talking to us about this to clarify this exact point. Maybe I'll hear this in the future and realize, oh yeah, I should go get that. So real quick, Sonya Belmont, Alucard, babies, whole Belmont line is Dempiers.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's why Sonya was sort of retconned, because that's weird.
yeah, that's not okay.
But even weirder than that, there's like the Belnades, I believe, were supposed to have children with Trevor. But then there's Alucard, Belnade, Yoko. There's a lot of bad. If
Has
Sonya
Alucard just
exists.
dicked his way through the entire Belmont bloodline?
Dicking his way through history.
A penis eternally retold.
I mean, if you're immortal, he's like, and you shall forever have this ring. Never give it away. I'm gonna need that later when your descendants pass it on.
Fucking like
This is
Belmont's in
important.
the castle, meets up with Alucard. Belmont's like, "Have you forgotten what you did to my mother?"
or even better, Symphony of the Night, or he just goes to the castle later on, like, Dad, there's bitches everywhere. What are you doing in this castle with Dad?
Man, you know what? I made this point to Bob. Bob agreed. New canon, Lords of Shadow, garbage. You know why? Dracula's a fuck up. Gabriel Belmont is a fuck up.
Yeah, stupidest Belmont.
Stupidest Belmont ever, and that is a tall order. But on top of that, original Dracula, much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Reason why? He is fury incarnate. That guy is furious at the molecules that touched the Belmont. Like, that guy, just Symphony of the Night is so fucking great just for him. Curse of Darkness. I'm not sure you've seen it. The end of Curse of Darkness. He finally gets the blood, spoilers, but, you know, Curse of Darkness, 9 years old. Get over yourselves. I'm just spoiling a future Let's Play anyway. So, in any case, Hector, not the main character, he's sacrificed, like, his blood and shit to resurrect Dracula. You step into the throne room, and immediately it's not a normal room. It's just like a terror dimension. And a coffin erupts out of the ground and explodes into shards at you. And the fucking furious look Dracula gives you for betraying him in his army. It's just like, I just hit myself.
Feel that in my pancreas. Oh my god.
Especially when you mix that with Dracula didn't fucking do anything in the first place.
Yeah.
This whole thing is not his fault.
The whole thing is just a pile of fucking angry reboots for him. The series had how many reboots for Dracula? About 13?
And I figure Dracula's a little like Ganondorf. He's always the same guy.
Just a little angry.
Just a little angrier.
Until Wind Waker him.
Or he's just sad. And depressed.
I don't know.
And
He's angrily disappointed, and he's gonna beat your skull in.
He did totally bitch slap Zelda, which
He
I
did.
mean, he must have came twice.
He's just
when he
done
did that.
playing.
Like, it's been how many generations? Yes.
God, fucking that Ganon. So much.
If he ever kills Link, he is just leaning down and going, "She's your sister." There are like 2 blonde people in Hyrule.
Yeah, I know. And there's that line from Link to the Past, which I looked up. But yeah, it just unsettles me constantly. It will never stop unsettling me.
Because I mean, like,
Time to play Skyward Sword.
canonically, in how many games do they actually like do it?
They never.
That one.
Ever.
I don't count fanfics.
Right. I get the feeling like on Miyamoto's deathbed, he's like, no, yeah, they were totally brother and sister, but apparently no one else got that vibe. So after a while, it was awkward. I mean, what do you say? So I just let it go.
On his deathbed, it's like Inception style, just points to a drawer, and it's just filled with the dirtiest Zelda Link porn you've ever seen. He's built up over the years.
Fans sent it to him.
Yeah.
He just kept collecting it.
He kept only the best.
He said, Miyamoto, why does Link have 2 dicks in this one?
Because he has 3 in this one.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
So, you've been playing Disease.
I'm trying to think if I actually did play something, but no.
Let's move to Aggro. Hey,
I'm
Aggro.
Eric, and I bought a PS4 and I finished Transistor. Yeehaw!
I would love to be that Eric, to be that version of me,
But you could.
but no.
You technically.
I honestly, I should
Have the
really
funds.
boot up Transistor
You have
again and try
access
and
to
make
a
it
white
work.
female that you could readily sell.
America? Are you aware of that's where you're currently at, Aggro?
I'm just
You know how
gonna go
close
ahead,
to not America we are on several fronts.
I'm gonna go ahead and say nothing in case she ever listens.
You know.
Nothing I could say would not have my nuts stomped.
Which
I'm
you
saying,
say
you know,
that like that's a
If
bad
there's that
thing.
tension, preemptive sale. Just sell her before she can stomp your nuts in.
Preemptive sale. Wow, you sound like you'd make a great husband.
Dealer.
And dealer. Or wife dealer. Or wife stealer. Oh.
Going to Russia. What for? Merchandise.
So
Inventory.
Aggro, what have you been playing?
I have... Okay. Super don't tell Warkana.
Wow, this is...
Warkana, turn away from the mic. Wait, the speakers.
This is like writing in your sister's diary, I read your diary.
That is the worst thing ever. Oh my god.
Just writing in the margins, that's dumb.
Just like, oh
Dumb,
my god.
Stupid.
See if she notices.
Like reading your sister's diary, awful. Writing in your sister's diary, that's... Oh my god. Is that how you make a Horcrux?
You better already have that one-way ticket to Argentina.
You gotta be on the boat. You toss that shit down the gangplank.
Okay, so I don't remember anything in it, but Steve totally had like a journal, a diary, whatever, when we were growing up. And I read it once, right? I read a couple pages. I don't remember what was on them, and I felt immensely guilty because that's how you're supposed to feel, right? That's moral. So I go to my mom and I'm like, I read Steve's diary. I'm such a terrible person. She's like, it's okay. Just don't tell him. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it. That's wrong and bad. And then I go to Steve and I'm like, I read your diary. I'm so sorry. And she's like, why the fuck did you?
You are so shit at this, kid.
So shit.
If there's one thing that I, as a good parent, need to impart upon you, my child, is lie your ass off. Always.
And forever. It's how I raised you. Speaking of which, where did that cat toy thing that looks really expensive come from? Not your fucking child support. That's where. How's your backpack? Still holding together? Okay.
So why should Korra stop lifting?
Because I may have kind of stopped playing Final Fantasy XIV and started playing WildStar.
Oh, okay. Wow. I honestly was just like minutes ago going to ask like how much Final Fantasy XIV costs per month because I was thinking about jumping in.
It's a great game. Final Fantasy XIV. Super awesome, but I don't have the group or the ping rate to do the end game rating in that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I got a chocobo and most of my black mage gear, so I'm pretty good.
Hey.
That game, I love the shit out of it. But and it's like, okay, so I go from Warcraft to just hitting the major MMOs, Star Wars, Guild Wars, Final Fantasy.
That is some jumping.
Rocketing slope of pretty as shit.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
I could almost hear the clunk in my head when I booted up WildStar.
Yeah. I bet your graphics card appreciates.
Oh my god, yeah. I was telling Steve, I'm like, I don't know, man. I could run Final Fantasy XIV pretty or well on my PC. I couldn't do both. And he's like, no. Turn on WildStar. And the thing about WildStar, apparently, like all MMOs, it was people who were in Blizzard in the early days. But apparently it was Carbine Studios is a bunch of the old lead devs when they were developing World of Warcraft.
Also some EverQuest dudes too, if I remember right.
Nice.
Wow.
So they basically just wanted to make World of Warcraft, but change a few things they didn't like the first time, which is basically what they did. For old fucking WoW heads, WildStar feels just like so home. Familiar. Yeah.
It feels like home.
Like there's every time you play an MMO, you're just face first in a bunch of new menus and a bunch of new mechanics and a bunch of new things to collect and new bars and new gauges. And you'll get a few levels before you figure out what most of the shit is. But through all that in WildStar, you're like, I know what I'm doing. I know what this hub town is. I know how these quests are going to go. I know exactly what's going on. The combat has taken what Guild Wars and Final Fantasy have started on and just completely extrapolated that out to insane levels of everything you do is a fucking telegraphed shape on the ground.
Yeah.
Which makes PvP just fucking madness. It is unmitigated chaos. It has the added benefit of making healing an active and skill-based process.
Yeah, like get in the circle. There's a circle. You can see my circle. Get it.
Mm-hmm. And it really changes 5-man dynamics that way. But so it's two factioned because it's made by the old Warcraft people, and you've got the Exiles and you've got the Dominion. Man, the Dominion is super evil.
Man, if I want to be, I would start as Dominion, especially like the human Dominion, because they are just like, I will make one called Edward like Vandermoney the Third.
Right. I ended up having to roll Human Dominion, the Cassians, because, okay, I booted it up, and this is the first time I played it in MMO, and not spent months Googling it. I boot that thing up, and I'm like, Makari, that's awesome. 8-foot robots? These guys look sick. Spend 20 minutes in the character creator, finagling everything around, all the colors, all the angle, because it's like Bridge of Nose, wide, short, it's that level. I'm like, fucking awesome. I load it up, I do one quest. Someone watched me do it. One quest, logged out, deleted character. The run animation for the male Makari is so distractingly, flamboyantly awful. Like, all the proportions are cartoonish.
Yeah.
So, like, even like, the most distracting thing on the Cassians is these huge fucking biceps that just winnow down into elbows and then back out into forearms. So they've got, like, big-ass hips that go narrow into feet, down into the stomach, into almost nothing. And then it balloons back out into the chest area. And it balloons backward into the chest and shoulders. And when he walks, he swings that whole thing like a semi-trailer jackknifing, just back and forth and back. And he's getting it's full Baywatch slow-mo with a fucking 50-degree swing on this chassis. I couldn't goddamn do it.
I can understand that.
Oh.
So you switched to the female Makari is what I heard.
No, I'm like, I'm not taking any more chances. Fucking human Cassian, let's do it. Because I didn't want to be the Chua. I don't know why.
Those were like the hamster race, right?
Yeah, the little hamster race you keep seeing. That is an all-boy race.
Yeah, I only saw the one. Yeah, why? I don't...
Yeah, so Steve's wife made one and, like, put a bunch of makeup on it and acts like it's a girl.
I'll do it.
Okay. Such is the way of many Asian cultures.
Well, yeah, the interesting thing here is, you know, like, you got Exiles and Dominion. They're like, oh, well, Horde and Alliance. Except, we're pretty sure the Dominion is the Alliance. And we're super evil.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's amazing how evil we are. It's not even like, oh, well, you're evil from their perspective. No, we're fucking nuts.
We're evil and we love it.
Like, you boot up and it's fucking, like, Lights Reach Vigil Church. I'm like, this is just the same church from Warcraft. All right, I know where I am here. Super fun. Like, it's actually fun to play.
That's what I heard. Like it's a game.
Yeah.
Not just because MMOs are typically like it's a vehicle to RP and to engage with other people, but it's not really a game that you play. But WildStar, I've heard, it's like, wow, I'm actually fun.
Yeah.
What is this
I
feeling?
figured out how to play my class at around level 14 because it's a heavy armor ranged tank with pets. That took a while to get.
You've been playing anything else?
Nope.
He
Cool.
just started another new
Sounds
job
alright.
MMO. I don't think
Right?
you can.
Job MO.
I did. Fucking Steve asked me. He's like, so what 2 crafting professions did you pick? I'm like, I'm not going to craft. I finally admitted that to myself.
I'll die.
So I picked 2 gathering professions and pick them up whenever the fuck I feel like it. I'm going to move one zone away and be like, you don't have sufficient skill for it. I'm like, whatever. I have finally killed crafting in my heart.
Did it go down quietly?
Yeah.
Good.
Let me tell you about crafting, Dan.
Yeah.
When I played Vanilla WoW,
Yeah.
you know what I picked? Engineer.
Fuck.
I was a mage, and I played engineer.
Ow. Right? Ow.
Right?
Oh. Damn it.
No money was earned, nothing was gained.
No.
Until I got those goggles with the fucking frost damage. And then everything's spell power, so I just wore all healer gear. That was a great moment in time. The best thing I ever did crafting-wise, World of Warcraft. I went tailor and didn't do enchanting.
Whoa.
I made gold hand
yeah.
over fist. Like, what are you doing? I'm selling all these random-ass greens I'm making. But you're supposed to disenchant them. Selling them on the auction house. Who are you selling them to? Enchanters. Oh, enchanting was broken shit. So, Dan.
What's up?
What's up? Still play Final Fantasy, though. That game's awesome.
Nah, it's okay.
The Secret World was on sale on Steam the other day. I heavily debated myself on whether or not I should buy it.
Did that ever end up going free to play?
Yeah. Well, it's the Guild Wars model. You buy it, and then it's no subscription fee.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did super want to play that. But
Yeah,
I
that
heard it
seems
had
like
a lot
it's
of
right up your alley.
Right?
Holy
But-
shit.
it came out and it's like sub-based, and I was already playing something else, and it's also because it was coming out right when Star Wars was.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I went with Star Wars. Also, I hear it's got some like huge structural problems. But
Is this Wakana?
no, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because Warkana was talking about that quite a lot when it came out. I like how Warkana is like the one fan of GigaBoots who gets name dropped like 99% of the time. See, that's not very fair. So I'm going to go ahead and just randomly say fans every now and again for the rest of this podcast.
Super shouts out.
But not right now. See, that would be too Sywolf obvious. And not, werewolf cool.
Are we gonna have to start saying Sywolf cool?
Maybe.
That motherfucker offered to throw 750 bitcoins at my hostile takeover of Capcom, which at current market value is $405,000.
Jesus.
Bitcoin.
So I think
blew up.
we are gonna have to start saying Sywolf cool.
But see, that has to be something that's legitimately cool.
Yeah.
Unlike things that
So
are.
we've got tiers now. So we've got werewolf cool,
which
then
is-
we've got Sywolf cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For example, the game Hysteria Project is werewolf cool. If there were ever a game that was werewolf cool, I think that was it.
So both of these things aren't above baseline, are they?
Sywolf cool is. Sywolf cool.
Right,
that's
Sywolf
that's
cool is.
basically
It's
the
up there.
equivalent. I think we're establishing that that's the
Oh,
equivalent
so
of
they
saying,
have like an absolute value. They're just
Yeah.
equidistant from base.
they're both cool, but one ironically, like despite itself. Like werewolf cool is funny despite the fact that the statement was originally
Possibly the
incredibly
dumbest thing.
incendiary and incredibly stupid.
Incendiary werewolves. I can't wait for the order to come out.
Oh man, I forgot they made that expansion to Lords of Shadow 2.
What?
Yeah, there was a DLC Alucard thing, like right after launch.
Did he also
No
have a werewolf
one
son?
covered it because that game was so awful.
Yeah.
And I mean, no one.
Is it dead now? Are they not going to make 3?
Yeah. After the huge,
If there's a
safe.
god.
after that huge studio turmoil that turned out that terrible game. No, they're
Platinum Games is like, we'll make Lords of Shadow 3.
for some reason fucking Konami's too stupid to think Platinum should be allowed to use Castlevania.
Because I know those guys, they'll come in and they'll be like, okay, we're not touching the lore at all. Everything that happened still happened. They
From
used the
both
same
continuities.
retarded ass design for Dracula from 2, but now he's somehow got the full whip vampire killer, leather whip again. And it's basically just, they skinned Vanquish. I'm going to admit
Okay.
it. They spent a weekend skinning Vanquish.
I'm okay with that.
How do they handle the jetpack skates?
Dracula.
Cool, great.
Blood boosting.
Blood boosting.
Fucking
okay.
mist form.
Zero shift.
He rides
He
on
does
a
the
cloud
knock
of
knock move on the
bats.
skybox.
Weirdest thing about Vanquish, it's made by Platinum, but really it's made by Tango Gameworks. It's like, what does that mean? Well, we took the Bayonetta engine. Is that all you did? Did you just give Tango Gameworks the Bayonetta engine? Was that it? Well, they also retooled it, so you didn't even give them a whole engine.
We said, here's Bayonetta, strap some rock boots on that shit.
And go! Man, Vanquish is a great game.
So we need Platinum to start making the next Alien game and then offload it to Gearbox.
Yeah.
Because maybe they can't, like, double pass the buck.
No, let's fuck this up even more. Platinum will start making the next Alien game, and then they'll hand off to Telltale.
And then Konami will come in and say, now it's a Castlevania game.
I think we've hit the peak. I think we've ascended to the true height.
I quit gaming.
But to sell
Bye.
it to European audiences, we skin it as a Mario game.
Okay.
I call it
Yeah.
Mario Warriors.
And we port it to the Commodore 64 so that way they can play it, because they don't have these consoles over there.
Can't we just straight port it to the Mega 64?
No, that's too powerful. It'll corrupt your mind. Speaking of which, they have seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Mega 64 on one Blu-ray. It costs as much as buying seasons 1, 2, and 3 on DVD. I'm like, man, I'm so fucking curious how bad that looks on Blu-ray. I'm gonna buy it, but Joseph Nealon conned me into buying his off of him. Did I ever tell you about that?
I remember it happening.
I don't know.
Now you just did.
Exclusive. Did I ever? Yes, you just did. Oh, well, then let me go back in time, so that way I can tell you in a much more funny way. Knock, knock. Who's there? Joseph Nealon guilted me into buying his Mega 64 DVDs because he didn't care enough about them. Okay, now I have to go back in time again.
Like 3 hours later, Dan's just playing Tails Adventure. What was I doing?
That's not from that game. I'm trying to remember what that's from. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me insane. It was such a good game. It was like Tails Adventure good.
Oh shit.
It was.
No, Dan. That's sacrilege.
So what have you been playing, Dan? Other than the madness slowly creeping out of your skull.
I need to figure out what this song's from.
Oh my god, no.
It is from Star Tropics.
Dan, more importantly than that.
Wait, neither of you have played Star Tropics.
So
have
more
you?
importantly than that.
No, Star Tropics. Let me grab your shoulders. Star Tropics is actually owned by Nintendo, and they haven't touched it since the NES. It is an incredible game.
But think about this.
Okay.
Think about if Platinum's made of the Darkness game.
Okay. No twist?
No.
Okay.
No twist.
I'll build in a twist.
Okay.
It's running on Frostbite 3, the Battlefield 4 engine, made by Platinum and written by Kojima.
Turns out Crytek has been hemorrhaging money in people so that it can congeal into one person. This was a secret government project to get a single human being that could possibly, like, put on a mech suit and roll in glue and cover itself in lightsabers.
Yeah. Wow. Such a
Okay?
roundabout plan there.
That was a lot of...
No, hang on.
Okay.
You can do it.
Because that is the... I'm trying to think of a project name for that. It's not working.
By the way, Tails Adventure is way better than Star Tropics. But they're in the same tier. Overused. I speak in Pokemon tiers. That's...
Yeah.
When I think tiers, I think Pokemon tiers. You have underused, overused.
It's okay, you want to go to Wendy's? No, overused.
I mean, yeah. So I've been playing Job.
Oh, good.
The game. Job, the game, is shit. But no, aside from that, I figure he gets to talk about disease. I get to talk about spiritual disease.
Well, I didn't really talk about disease because my disease is gross.
Well, you
So,
talked about running to the bathroom.
I mentioned disease in the most humane way I could.
Well, I didn't actually talk about Job.
You're about to spill about the job in the most gross way possible.
And it was just spraying everywhere. But yeah, no, I've been playing Resogun Heroes DLC, which we have a quick play of up on the site and on the YouTube channel.
The channel?
That's
channel.
not a thing.
No, yeah, it
You're
is.
a bastard.
No, it's YouTube channel.
No.
I run a popular YouTube channel.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I review games. We do Let's Plays.
So sleepy all of a
So, wow, much sleep.
Aggro, why can you make people fall asleep? Because for some reason date rape is in my blood. I don't understand.
It is so not cool, Lizard Brain.
Knock that off.
God looked at me and went, you know what? All the unwanted
I feel
things.
like Lizard Brain is like a giant fucking wicked chameleon or like iguana, right? Like a fucking wicked ass iguana that talks like the Exorcist chick. She's just like, put a dick in her ass. It's just like licking its tongue everywhere. You're like, God damn it, Lizard Brain.
Or he looks like the lizard man from Soul Calibur, just leaps up with an axe. Put it in!
Fucking Lizalfos making all those squeaky noises.
Isn't that just Willem Dafoe at that point?
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe with a lizard body may be my hindbrain.
So Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Willem Dafoe is a scary man.
He is.
He's like, let's go fight vampires with muscle cars. And I'm like, no, I have shit to do, Willem Dafoe. Also, I don't have any of those things available.
I'm busy and go away. Oh man, fucking I just really want to play Beyond Two Souls just for all of the Willem Dafoe in it. That is it. That is the only reason I'm interested. Because it's so much Willem Dafoe.
It is. It is a lot.
And
More than your recommended daily value.
He's so creepy. It's great.
Surgeon General's warning.
I can't play Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Because I was reading about it, and the conversation went immediately to Ellen Page. And someone said a phrase that, like...
Oh.
Like when I read it, I was like, whoa. It's like, with Ellen Page, you get the best of both worlds. Because she is over 20, but she doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I've run into people a couple of times who say things like that, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. Like, now by continuing to be friends with you, or even vaguely...
I am committing some sort of moral crime.
I feel like a bastard. How do you get up every morning? I wonder.
I mean, Dan, you know one of these days a podcast is going to end with sirens. And someone shouting, guess what you're all accessories to?
I hope to God you're wrong on that one.
I hope to God it ends up being Bob.
The one yelling?
Yeah.
Guess what you're all accessories to?
Mm-hmm.
He's ratted us out.
He's going to spring that on us?
Yeah.
That this was his master plan. Oh, I'll just make my house extra convenient for the podcast, and
they can incriminate themselves.
I've been planning this bank heist for years. Like the day of, hey guys, welcome to my house. Please take this sack of money. Make sure to touch all of the money. Maybe spit in the bag and drop some hairs in there.
Would you like some powdered donuts first?
So the Resogun Heroes DLC,
right,
is exceptional. Continues Housemarque's tradition of making really good DLC for really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $5. It adds 2 modes. Have you checked out the quick play?
No.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Sheeple.
I had a lot of free time.
Yeah, you did.
This past
Let
week.
me tell you, you know what's great for that? Smartphones. Because you can carry a smartphone to the bathroom and watch a video, and you don't have to keep a laptop on
I do that with the Vita.
Okay,
the Vita
that's
is
true.
my...
That's true.
Yeah,
That works just
you
as well.
You can't game with my condition.
Yeah.
No.
Because you're bracing.
I have to...
We're jumping onto white base!
Yeah!
There is nothing white about what is going on.
So much calcium!
So, Jay from HalesLeon.com, if somehow you are listening this far into the podcast, real quick, where does lunar titanium come from?
Oh, right.
You should read the comments more often, Aggro.
He called you a bitch.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, Aggro, you bitch!
Apparently, Gundanium does not come from the moon.
And neither
You
does
dipshit.
lunar
The
titanium.
fuck? It doesn't!
So, I'm just going to let that hang out there.
I always thought
Nobody touch it.
I always thought it came from some like passing meteor. They were like, "What this have? What? We can put this on how many robots?"
God damn it.
They refined that shit on the moon.
So, in any case...
Well, refine is different from found.
Well, I mean...
I don't
there's
know.
Base materials to... It's not a pizza till you make it a pizza. I will pull out the Communist Manifesto.
I don't know.
Please do. I want to believe you carry that on you at all times. Here you go, officer. This is all you'll need.
Like, you flip it over, it's the same... It's like those comic books, you flip it over and turn it around, it's the Satanic Bible. Like, what?
I don't...
What do you... Then I've got, like, my Pocket Patriot and a Spirit Science.
A spirit science.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
A voice actor for a game we have covered
Mm-hmm.
that is coming out sometime soon. That is more than enough information about what this game is.
Mm-hmm.
Kept linking people to a spiritual sciences website that informed me that people are all angry nowadays when they listen to music because it's encoded at 44.1 kilohertz, which is an angry shape.
It's an angry
It makes
shape.
things angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like water. If you analyze ice particles and molecules in their structure before playing the music and after, you can see it's more rigid and sharp afterwards. They didn't provide pictures of that, but they wrote it on the website.
And words make things true. Dan.
Yes. Now, what we should be using, I believe, was 10.5 kilohertz, and they showed the picture of that, and it was smoother.
Okay.
Or 800 hertz, I believe. It was ridiculously... That would sound like really Sega CD what are you on? And he keeps linking stuff like this. It's the most incredible thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
incredible is certainly a word you could use.
Like Jeff Gerstmann has said multiple times that he thinks he knows too much about the video game industry for his own good. He's a game reviewer. He should not know as much as he does about how the shit is made. Now, I know he means that on a technical side, but I feel like I also know the deeper meaning now of he knows too well the people who are making these things.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. God damn it.
We should turn GigaBoots into a spirit science cult.
No.
We can make another channel that does that, ironically. I'm
You
totally
go
down
do
for
that yourself.
Oh, but I can't be a cult leader.
No, you can.
Because I'm clearly the cult leader if the cops show up.
Yes.
I can't hide if I, like, openly...
You're just hiding behind the podium. Into the mic.
And of course, his red beard is just sticking out like a 90-degree angle.
You'll never find me, coppers.
You mean you think I'm a cult leader? You don't know that I'm leading the cult I'm leading.
I mean, honestly, I need to, like, I need to be the fall guy, but, like, I'm the cult leader, but obviously the fall guy, so I can, like, slip out when the cops are trying to arrest Eric. It'll totally be Eric.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. You have to wear nicer clothing.
Okay, this shirt kind of shucks.
We're gonna get you a robe. No, but see, Eric, you need to have like 10 people that you tell I'm actually the cult leader, and this is a double bluff.
Okay.
But then like 6 of those people, I'll tell no, triple bluff. Eric really is the cult leader.
Okay, real quick, we're gonna do the best of like the top list of what needs to change about your clothes and how I mean better.
Oh my
God.
God.
You need to have more layered clothing to be the cult leader. You need to wear at least 2 shirts at all times.
Okay.
2, more earth tones. Definitely more earth tones. You're probably wearing a jacket most of the time. It's good for crossing your arms and then gesturing out at the crowd with our arms extended.
It's sounding super comfortable so far.
Oh, yeah. Okay, see those shoes? Those look like the shoes that not a fucking hippie communist wears. You need to wear shoes that a fucking hippie communist
Sandal
would
it
wear.
up is what I'm... Moses sandals.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sandals or like a posh rich people shoes. Like the kind that aren't fucking shoes and they just want to rub it in your face, be like, yeah, I got these great shoes, Aggro. I got them at this store. Oh, they're so comfy.
Wingtips?
And the whole time, it's like he's rubbing his nuts in your face and daring you to call him out on the fact that those aren't goddamn shoes. And those are the type of shoes you need to wear.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking slippers are like dock shoes. You need slip-ons. You need
Something
white
slip-ons.
See,
slip-ons.
that's what I was thinking. They're slip-ons, but he keeps saying they're shoes.
They're slip-on shoes.
I do not respect slip-ons as shoes.
You're
like
okay.
Like, do you mean with completely without the back?
No.
Kind of okay. Well then,
Those are still shoes too.
in the sense that a fence is a wall, but
no,
it totally is. I had that
shoes.
argument. No, fuck you. Fuck no. I do not respect a man who's like, look at my nice shoes and they don't have a back on them.
I don't respect people who wear socks with sandals. They're still socks and sandals.
Whether or not you respect it doesn't make it untrue as a descriptor.
I understand that, but there has to be any level of classification for what is a shoe.
If it goes on your foot, it's a shoe. Sorry.
My
Or it
dick
could be
can
a
go
sock.
on your foot.
What?
Also, a sock can go on your foot. Your
You know what I
foot
mean.
can go
Shut
on-
up.
My foot can go on your ass.
I
Your ass is
I
not a
actually
shoe.
worked at a shoe store. I know the 5 parts of a shoe, motherfucker.
Okay, listen. I don't believe you. Tongue. There, I gave you 1.
Let me see. Upper.
Same with flange.
Shit. Wait, shut up.
Hey, Aggro. Do you believe this motherfucker? I don't believe this motherfucker.
I believe that he believes this motherfucker.
Oh, I 100% believe Eric believes in the Eric that believes in him.
It's been several years since I worked at this fucking shoe store, but it was like upper, inner, heel counter, sole, top, yeah.
Okay. We'll count it.
Done.
You get a McGriddle.
Cool.
I'm not paying for it.
I'm holding you to it.
No, you
He's
get
going
one.
to hold you to this McGriddle. How does that feel?
It's gonna be
Does
uncomfortable.
it feel good?
Pretty uncomfortable.
Is it still warm?
It's actually really greasy. I thought these things were supposed to be sugary. No, see, that's the magic of McDonald's. It's both. So this Resogun Heroes deal, I still haven't gotten to talk about it. They added 2
I heard
modes.
you can make your own ship.
That's actually just the patch. Like,
Oh.
everyone gets that for free, and the community's
Sweet.
fucking taken to it like
You do.
I haven't
Well, yeah.
seen a single dick.
no. Yeah.
What is up with fucking the
that-
Housemarque community?
You saw the.
I'm gonna take that out of context and put it as my ringtone.
So in any case, if you watch the quick play, the top rated things are excellent. Like, oh man, that's brilliant. Of course you would do that. Like TIE fighters and X-wings.
And Planet Express and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that was the first thing I asked Jay from HellsYeah.com when he showed me the party wagon. I'm like, so somebody's done the Planet Express ship, right? He's like, yeah, that was the second rated one.
Yeah. I think I misstated something about the stats in the quick play. I haven't rewatched the whole thing yet, but the stats actually just affect boost, agility, and overdrive. The patch itself completely rebalanced the game so severely that I thought the stats were doing it. So there's this one ship, the stronger, slower ship. It dominated the scoreboard. Like, if you looked at the top players, like 8 out of every 10, if not more, were playing as this one ship.
Makes
Because
sense.
it tells you that information, which was great for me to know. They nerfed the fuck out of that thing. They nerfed it into the core of the earth. That thing's garbage now.
It is literally a flying garbage truck.
It might as well be. It might as well be a shit pancake. Which is a pancake made of shit.
Sorry, I'm a bit delirious. I looked down, didn't notice your feet were crossed, and thought you had 6 toes.
I could see that, you know? Just looking at it.
I was like, did you walk? Okay, just...
You know, I swear one of these days I'm going to notice Dan has 9 fingers.
No, I don't have 9, Aggro. I have 8. Thanks for ruining it.
You're welcome.
Fuck you, Eric.
Fuck you.
Do it! Let's go!
Yeah.
Finally!
So this huge bruise and I don't know where it's from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'd show you mine, but it's
It's
actually on my kneecap on the
So
side.
yeah, I mean, like I get weird bruises all the time. This one got bigger over the course of a couple of days, and I don't know where it's from.
So stomach cancer, how's that going?
And I'm like, I might be bleeding internally. I am way too chill about that.
Yeah.
Or someone sneaking into your house every night and punching you.
Yeah, that's what I
lightly in
figured.
that one
Someone was
spot.
just punching me in my sleep, and I'm like, and I'm sleeping through that. That's also not good.
Yeah. See, that's the sort of things I ruminate on. Like, oh
I
man,
wonder if Aggro's bleeding internally.
that looks like really like that could be a sign. That could be a sign that I have something major going wrong, and my medical's currently garbage. And then I had that thing earlier this year. That was the major thing that tripped it off when I went blind.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm 27. 27's actually peak physical age. Like if you look at UFC, if you look at any sport, it pretty much drops out at 27. That even includes esports. Did you know that?
Damn.
Yeah, League of Legends. I don't think there is a single pro League of Legends player over 27. Because once you hit 27, your actions per minute, your fast twitch muscles start dying. So, went blind earlier this year. Been thinking about that recently. Got that weird bruise on my knee. And I think to myself, man, I wonder if anyone goes into Aggro's room and punches him in the ribs. I should probably go do that.
I mean, while we still have the chance, because it's clearly bleeding internally.
We here at
Because I
GigaBoots-
gave him stomach cancer.
We here at GigaBoots are at the peak physical condition of our lives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, I didn't think about that. You've got the disease that we just went over that. I went blind earlier this year. I've got this bruise and maybe bleeding internally. This is a great gaming podcast.
I was talking to my mother once, and she's like, "Are you aware that you're bleeding out of your head?" Well, because of the way tenses work, yes, I am.
Now.
Do you tell me where before I rub it into my hair?
Cool. So that Resogun Heroes DLC. There are 2 modes they added in the DLC because the ship editor and the rebalance. and the ability to make custom ships are all just with the badge. The 2 modes they added, there's a demolition mode where you actually don't shoot. You don't get to shoot at all. You can move your ship, and then you get a shockwave, which has to build up, and you hit a wrecking ball.
Yeah, saw that. Looked awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. I need to put some more time into that. Then there's this other mode, it's survival. It's really well done survival, but it's not conceptually interesting, so I'm not going to go into it here. But if you guys haven't seen the Resogun gameplay, you should go watch it, because holy shit, that is a good $5 DLC.
So Dan,
$5.
what is your current worldwide ranking in Resogun?
I actually don't know, because it's constantly slipping.
Every moment
But no,
I'm
really,
wasting here not playing Resogun.
To be perfectly fucking honest, I spent the first 2 nights of this work week taking all my spare time and playing Resogun. The first night was me doing high score runs, which I hit a new peak for the first level. The second night was trophies, because they actually added some weird fucking trophies. Some of them are just motherfuckers. Like Phil, for example, hated Resogun, like was angry at it because it was hard and it had a platinum that he couldn't get. And it was free, so it's like rubbing it in his face.
Guess what's on your trophy list, bitch? Failure.
Failure. So, those trophies weren't goddamn shit. They weren't. These new trophies are motherfuckers.
It's like kill 10 of word without getting hit by word. I don't know what either of those things are.
What the fuck, game? Man, trophies lists like that kill me.
Are there bears? I didn't see any bears.
There's one.
Bear?
The hardest difficult. Yep. There's one bear. Ignore it.
There is one.
It'll be angry if you look. Oh, you looked at it.
Oh, you died.
The bear doesn't like being thought about.
Nope. So there's one trophy, I believe. I hope to God it's a silver. It's probably a bronze. Beat the hardest level in the game, the final level, on the hardest selectable difficulty, with a ship that has all of its stats nerfed to 0.
So they basically hand you a paperclip and say, win.
Go, cripple boy. Win the Olympics.
My reference for stat nerfing is pen and paper games, and when it's 0, you're dead. Can your ship move and shoot when its stats are nerfed to 0?
You can move very slowly, and it can only boost once in an eternity.
On a scale of 1 to pea shooter.
I'm just thinking of how badass that actually looks if you're moving that slowly in Resogun. It's like pew 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 pew.
That final level on the second highest difficulty already fills the entire cylinder with constant moving creatures. The inability to constantly boost. Jesus fuck. Yeah, so I think I'm cutting myself off from caring about the trophies.
And just like, well, knife and heart.
Yeah.
On the highest difficulty,
carve.
they enter 4-dimensional space. And fuck you coming and going.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised by this point no one has released a game with a hidden trophy that is completely unattainable.
Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
It's not a trophy, it's an achievement, but yeah. Stanley Parable is the most beautiful game I've ever played. That game deeply understood me in my contempt for interactive fiction. I guess contempt's not the right word. Disrespect. That's a better word.
Disdain.
Nah, see, it's not angry. It's just interactive fiction. Cool. Anyone who takes it that seriously, nah.
Yeah, what was the achievement? Like, don't play Stanley Parable for like 10 years?
Oh god,
and then turn it back on?
Yeah.
There was 5.
There was another one where you literally have to alter the code in the game via the console feature and then do a thing. And then it's like, congrats, you got that trophy.
You did it.
Have you played that game?
Yeah. I remember the first trophy I went for is the first one it shows you on the page in the boot up. It's like, knock on this thing a few times. And it's like, you're going for that achievement, aren't you? Like,
well, I'm not going to make it that easy.
Oh, that's what this ride's going to be, is it? Because that game, it's a shame engine.
Yes.
Because you want to super complete it to hear all the funny stuff, and it is contemptuous of you for wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sony should hire those people. I believe getting a game
to design
like
their
that,
next UI.
I think. Oh Jesus! They need to go back and redesign their last UI. Just put that shit into the cross-media bar. But I really think if Sony...
Just a disappointed British man every time he selects something, like, oh, you would, wouldn't you?
I keep watching Top Gear, hoping he'll just cut in.
But yeah, I really think there's a valuable asset to a game developer that's out there. A game developer who regularly turns out a game like Stanley Parable exclusive to your platform would be a huge asset. Probably, this sounds terrible, probably more of an asset than Housemarque even, just because the novelty. But Housemarque makes amazing games that seemingly no one buys.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Like, before Resogun was announced, they're like, yeah, doing downloadable games for consoles just isn't paying out, so I guess we're gonna have to stop. And then Sony's like, what if we bought that for PlayStation Plus for free? What would you think of that? And they're like, we like money.
Can you put Outland on there too?
No one will ever play Outland. Have you played Outland?
Was it that
Ikaruga
fuck did you
platformer?
do that?
Yeah, I did that.
What? Yeah, you don't know I'm capable of doing slow-mo voice?
No!
Yeah.
Christ!
The saddest part is I did it so that way I could orally recount YouTube poop to people.
That is the worst part.
I got my shrill raptor, like velociraptor pterodactyl screech from impersonating a girl I later dated. She's just so annoying sounding.
So Dan's some kind of horrible internet mockingbird.
I'm the guy from the other guy. I learned to dance ironically. I have terrible reasons
I've tried to model my life after that one line. When you learned to dance like that sarcastically? I want that expression to be the reaction to everything I do my entire life.
And that's the way, you're steering that ship right. That's the guiding star.
It'll turn out, I don't even fucking like the French Revolution. I'm like, oh yeah, no, Murat, that newspaper was fascinating.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know who John D is. I keep saying the name. People think I'm smart.
He makes tractors, right?
Yep.
I'm going to shake your hand for that.
So, should we do a Let's Play of the new Assassin's Creed when it comes out? Do you think you're down for that? Or would a live stream, like all-day live stream, be better for you? Which do you find
We've got enough
interesting?
PS4s to do 4-player co-op.
Yeah, we're not going to get that many copies of the game.
Oh, we're not?
I couldn't see us getting 4 copies of Assassin's Creed. Because I don't give a fuck.
No. But
Bob can check out a copy,
Dan,
but that's one.
Boldness.
Are you
More boldness.
Are you getting
forever boldness and the fatherland is saved?
But like, what?
When? Why?
Are you buying Assassin's Creed?
He asked the guy who just quoted Danton. Yes, yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm not even going to care if that game is like chock full of
fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's like, remember that game in 1 where you set up all these assassinations, got an escape route, climbed this shit, got in, killed the guy, and got the fuck out while guards were on your ass? Yeah, that was awesome. Welcome to Property Buying Simulator 2015.
Yeah, I think that described 2 of the games since.
I looked at Wikipedia.
Oh.
And they have this great chart for the Assassin's Creed series. And it's like, era, Third Crusade, Assassin's Creed 1. Era, Renaissance, shit ton of Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
And it's like, era, colonial period. Guys, if your terminology's so inexact and floaty as to be useless, just don't make a chart.
Yeah.
Don't make a chart with this bullshit.
Charts aren't for you.
Which is, honestly, I was saying on Twitter, it's one of the reasons I'm super excited. Not just because it's the French Revolution, but they are going, it's the French Revolution.
Okay.
It was like, pirates. Which ones? Pirates!
Pirates.
I gotta ask you, have you ever watched, what's the name of that channel we watch that does the psychology?
Crash Course?
Crash Course. Have you watched Crash Course World History?
Mm-mm.
You'd probably really enjoy it. The one running gag is so funny. They just constantly go, like, they're talking about vastly different topics always. And they go, well, of course, no one can do that. That is, of course, except for the Mongols.
True. True facts,
everything.
motherfucker.
Yes.
Okay, you remember the Assassin Guild from Assassin's Creed 1?
Yeah.
You know what happened to them?
Mongols?
The Mongols. These guys had been cowing kingdoms and caliphates for decades, and the Mongols show up and they're like, no. And they burn that shit to the ground.
What is it? That is, of course, unless you're the Mongols. Wait, even the Mongols couldn't do it? No. This is
Oh
awesome.
my
Oh,
god.
like the best was like, no one has ever been able to successfully invade Russia. Unless you are, of course.
They
the
did it in
Mongols.
winter.
Yeah!
Fucking everyone else, they get to Russia and it turns winter and shit goes bad. The Mongols waited till winter so all their fucking swampland would freeze over and they'd ride their steppe
They
horses over
encountered
it.
Russia's greatest weapon, which is Russia.
Which, the thing I love, Hitler was convinced he was capable of the same thing. He's like, the Mongols did it.
Bro,
we can do that.
You're not the
No,
Mongols.
we got this.
You're not even Napoleon, okay?
Can you say that sentence to Hitler? Like, now I want to compare the two. Like, you're not even Napoleon. Napoleon is above you, Hitler.
terms of
Napoleon
conqueror?
tried super hard to get the fuck out of Russia before
But didn't,
winter.
like, Napoleon give the fuck up on that one French colony? He's just like, fuck it.
Oh no. They sent his ass to that island? He ran it like a country?
Oh, no, not that one.
Oh.
Haiti? I think it was Haiti.
Haiti?
Yeah. I don't know. Throwing up arms. Don't know.
Oh,
But
this is...
either way, he's like, man, my war isn't going well. I'm gonna sell all this shit to America. That was a good
It
deal.
was expensive.
Yeah.
Wars are expensive.
Wars are goddamn so America.
So, Merc,
We're doing great.
Yup.
we're having a good time here in America.
So, this Rezo... No, I'm good. So, did I mention that Another World is coming out on the PS4?
I have heard this.
Ah,
You haven't stopped talking about it.
Apparently, it's also coming out on everything else.
Oh.
It turns out. Which makes it a little bit less special for Dan.
But
Right.
it is still a thing that is happening,
Still-
which is a pure good in your eyes.
When I
Fucking
saw that
awesome.
tweet, I'm like, oh my god, Dan has multiple fake Twitter accounts and he's creating a fantasy world for himself, was my initial gut reaction.
I did always want to make fake personalities with YouTube channels that we would confer with that I get other people to act like. Like, we just keep referencing a dude, and then eventually we make that guy a real thing. Like, say, what if Jay from HailZeon.com wasn't real? What if occasionally we just came up for an idea that fit that character?
Wait. Jay from Hales on Zildion is real?
He's real. He's really real. He's the realest real that ever reeled through Real Town.
Does keep it super real.
Also, I can't say his name, apparently.
Real? No, you can't say his website.
His
You're a
website.
fucking fetty bitch, aren't you?
His
No, I was
website
just-
is his name. Because that's the internet.
I've
He
just
is
been
a
up too
brand.
long.
He's not a human being.
I
If
can't
he
say
was a
words.
human being, people might not shit on him publicly. But since we're on the internet, we aren't treated like human beings. We're all brands. There we go. We're little ideologies bumping against each other out there in the comic board.
This is starting to get kind of erotic.
Yeah.
Bumping
You
into
like
each
bumping
other.
ideologies?
Yeah.
Man, do I know a website for you. Bumpingideologieschan.net.
I'm slightly worried about the Chan in there.
Don't worry. It's all good.
Don't even worry
Just the
about
tip.
it. It's just
Just the HTTP.
Have you seen Star Whale?
No.
Star Wall? Yeah, because it's
Star
narwhal.
Wall, just the tip.
Yeah, just Star Wall, just the tip. It's narwhals in space spearing each other as they fly around. It's a 4-player simultaneous versus game. It's incredible.
Could have gone my whole life without having heard any of that.
Yeah.
And I'd just been fine. But now...
It's coming to the PS4 too.
Fuck.
Damn, I have to care now.
It's the best game I've seen since Nidhogg. Have you seen Nidhogg? Insanely
yes.
fast action fencing. Oh, God. So excited for that to come out on the PS4. It's going to be the best thing since Towerfall. We need
And
to
then
play more
Broforce comes
Towerfall.
along.
Yes, bro.
And
That was
nothing
like the
matters.
highlight of the Sony conference, I realized in retrospect. Like, just a fucking American eagle that's ripped, screaming. I'm like, yes. You're doing it.
What the phrase was like, where's the nearest vet? Because these pythons are sick.
Okay.
All right, good.
I'm okay with that. So, is Aggro? Aggro's not okay.
I'm holding it back, Nan.
Okay.
Because I immediately, just on deck, all of those I have enormous arm muscle jokes lined up.
Yeah.
Waiting.
No,
Fucking, we open the bomb bay door and they're lined up with parachutes ready to go.
And you're just like, hold, brothers.
Just save it, because eventually we're gonna do a recorded video podcast, and when we do that, that's when you get to gesture with it. And that's,
You best get swole, son.
yes.
Make that shit count.
Taxes will be lower, son. God, fucking. In any case, I've been watching too much It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I'm almost done with all of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That sounds healthy.
I've seen 30 Rock twice.
What the fuck are you doing with your life?
Right?
I've seen 30 Rock none.
Oh, it's really good.
I bet.
It's hilarious.
Okay, cool.
Are you doing that Eric hipster thing where you're like,
just-
no, it's cool that you like that. I'm just above that. So
No, I'm not above it. I just-
graphics, cool. Yeah.
At the moment, I can't care.
Nope,
Yeah.
can't care. Yeah, that's the exact thing I'm talking about.
Well, no,
The-
they're-
no, I
they're
can't.
No, it's
different.
not that. It's
It's
exactly
different.
that.
No,
But
no.
if I say it, it's smarter.
Oh, because you have an English degree.
Because I went to college.
because the idea of getting an English degree was a smart one. Oh, damn! I hit you with the broadside of that job market.
Send help. I can't move.
These burns.
So much burn.
We lift his shirt. He has the weird bruise on his ribs. Wait, did Aggro? And Aggro's
Send
fine.
both bird ointments and blankets because
You gotta
that
wonder
bird
who
was
did
cold.
that to Aggro
It was
yesterday.
freaking cold. Wait, what?
So then you gotta wonder who did that to Aggro yesterday.
Future Eric? I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird process of like
Future
him.
Eric's going around punching all you motherfuckers in your beds.
Let me tell you.
Like, fucking flash a light. Eric, I'm Eric from the future. I have something to tell you. Okay, what? And he gets real close and he says, you could have saved her if only you tried harder. He just turns around and walks away.
No, even better. You could have had her if only you tried harder. Now she's mine.
And he cackles as he boards his spaceship. Because, you know.
Let's go, Isaac Newton. He fires up the gravity engine.
We have
and
to
off
finish
they
the
go.
time machine before the Angels of Destruction find the portal.
I need to rewatch that era of Venture Brothers. Like seasons 3 through whatever. Because that is really when it hit its fever pitch of greatness.
So, the only news that I care about this week
Yeah.
is that The Legend of Korra
Yeah.
is getting adapted into a video game.
This is true.
And Platinum Games is making it.
Yeah.
Published by Activision, so I'm cautiously optimistic, but Platinum is a whole good in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They've only turned out 2 bad games ever. Wonderful 101 and Mad World, which Mad World really depends on your definition of bad.
Yeah, I remember Mad World being a
Like
valiant
I
effort.
feel like if you mix that game that came out recent, Max Anarchy, with Mad World, you get one great game and one bad game. Like that's
Wasn't
how
the
that-
main character for Mad World in Max Anarchy?
Yeah, that's why they're both similarly flawed as games.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Platinum's excellent. They're so fucking good. They're on top of their goddamn game like 99% of the time. I feel like Wonderful 101 would have worked out better if Nintendo weren't assholes.
Also, the thing is, it's going to be set between the second and third seasons.
Yeah.
And it's going to let you do some pro bending. If that's multiplayer and they do it right, that shit will be off the chain.
Right?
Fuck.
Did they announce platforms?
I think all last gen platforms, except
So
for
the Wii?
except for the Wii U, and I think there's going to be a portable version made by other people that's going to be basically tactics,
Huh. Oh, that's cool.
which is like I'm okay with that, but Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's all really interesting, and I want to kill the inner cynic in me. It's just someone's gonna fuck up. It's so easy to fuck up. Just
Right?
one person
like
has
it's
to
franchise
fuck up.
game. It's gonna be bad. Go, Aggro. Find that part of your heart that still remembers Battle for Middle Earth and just let it grow.
Yeah, you can just let the want in your heart blossom. I'm afraid to be that intimate with myself again.
Well, I mean, at least wait until after the podcast.
No,
What happened
It's
to that
happening.
Mad Max game?
No. Huh?
What happened to that Mad Max game?
it's still happening.
It's
as far
still
as I know.
happening.
Okay.
Just Cause developers still working on it.
I remember we got a trailer for it, and
then
everybody
nothing.
started acting like, "Oh yeah, this is going to be the best game ever." And I'm like, "Really?" Because we got a CG trailer for a Mad Max game. I don't know.
But it's made by the people who made Just Cause, and somehow this is why Daniel's such a cynical asshole about the news, like gaming news, because it's usually a bunch of people who are like, the people who made Just Cause, a game that most of us gave an A highest, is making a Mad Max game, a movie that came out a fucking long time ago. This is gonna be the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, that is so patently false.
Are they making a series or a new movie?
That
property's coming back.
Yeah, you're right. That property is trying to make its way back, but I keep hearing different things. It seems like Hollywood's this weird. They probably tried to make it into a movie, and then Hollywood's like, no, and TV's like, hey, what's up?
We're killing ourselves with huge budgets we're not making back because television viewership is moving toward the internet.
Come
this
join
way.
us. Hey, I think the two people who've made out so far with that is actually Sony and HBO. I don't know that ABC ever did any net positives, but Sony made Breaking Bad, turns out. So
that show's about to kill AMC
how?
because they can't
Make another
afford
one.
to do that again.
Oh no! What? Oh, you're saying? Yeah, no, it worked out for Sony.
Yeah.
Just like the HBO stuff works out for them. It's crazy as fuck that
Like,
HBO, of all things, not even just normal cable, but cable's ancillary service that is optional.
Yeah, like HBO and Netflix can afford to make like House of Cards because of their subscription-based thing.
No, see, that thing you just said about TV is doubly true for Netflix. House of Cards is their gamble. If it didn't raise subscriber count, they would be dead already. That's why a lot of people are really fearing the Redbox Verizon fusion that is their equivalent service, because Verizon has enough money and Amazon has enough money. Like, there are tons of series on Amazon. Amazon just doesn't even care to advertise them because they were so cheap to make.
Oh, Amazon. Oh, God. I keep waiting for them to just run roughshod all over this industry. Because fucking
This industry
Prime
and
Data, when that was explained to me, I almost shit myself.
Prime Data?
We're on their fucking phone.
Yeah.
If you use cellular data to stream their video service, it doesn't count against your monthly limit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet God.
Uh-huh.
Which I'm like, okay, because, I'm entrenched in Netflix. I mean, way old Netflix account. And my first thought was, okay, best case scenario. That makes people go, wait a minute. So is bandwidth not a limited commodity I should pay for every month? And all internet becomes free everywhere forever. And then Marx comes back from the dead, and we make an apple pie.
There's this great editorial over at Ars Technica, and it can be boiled down into one point. Fuck net neutrality, we need goddamn competition. It's a great editorial. You should go read it. But yeah, Amazon's terrifying. There are rumors going around that they may buy Capcom.
Really?
Huh.
They have the money to do it. They just bought Double Helix, who made Strider for Capcom earlier this year. Yeah. And Disney isn't fast enough with their money and decisive enough with the game market.
Yeah.
Disney is pretty much done with the game market. They're like,
Disney shows up in an area where, we're not automatically the best at everything with the most money? Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing about them in the game market this whole time. They sort of half-assed tried, and then they're like, yeah, whatever. We'll just do that Skylanders thing and make $1 billion. And that's literally the only game they have going on.
God, the first time I heard about that, I thought they were kidding. Like,
Yeah.
wait, it's a game where you take little plastic toys and you put them on this thing, like a big plastic toy, and it goes into the video game. I'm like, no, that's a joke. That's how you joke you make all of the money ever. No one's actually... Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, they really did that?
And it's...
Fuck.
How much money?
And it's their Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone thought Pokemon was a scam for us. Like, they thought it was a scam back in the day because there were toys for it. Those toys at least fulfilled actual functions in a lot of cases, at very least aesthetic. The Skylanders thing is sick. It's a fucking scam, alright. It's just like, holy shit, that's data. That's data you could have sold to them without the plastic, and its actual cost would be 8 kilobytes of bandwidth, whatever that is.
So about those amiibos.
About those amiibos. God damn it, amiibos.
Oh, this whole thing, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna, and then I just turn around and look at the Guitar Hero controllers in my house.
You're like, I am that stupid. Oh no.
I think about when Penny Arcade made a joke at the height of WoW, like, about how Satan shows up. He says, you guys can make a collectible card game. You should do that. And then you should have special cards where you can redeem them for amazing stuff in the game. And they're like, man, that is the most evil thing ever. Then Blizzard's like, man, that is the most evil thing ever. And then Blizzard just stops supporting their fucking card game to make Hearthstone. I've got a box of those goddamn cards. It was a weird card game.
It was.
Because, like, they had Upper Deck make it, and Upper Deck can't make TCGs for shit, so Cryptozoic shows up and goes, out of the way, amateurs, rewrites the rule set.
Yeah, that's right.
So you got a bunch of cards with a bunch of, like, types and keywords that don't do anything.
God damn it. God damn it. Fucking it.
Upper Deck, so we're going to add crafting to the game. You're not, are you? No, but we're going to tell Blizzard we are.
Because that makes them happy. So hey.
Hey.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Warhawk Party.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kick it like it's 2006 up in here?
Gonna have to buy all
Or
the
like
DLC
2008,
again.
but
Yeah.
why would you have to buy it again? It's on PS3.
Yeah.
You still use the account you bought that on,
I don't think I can do online without updating the firmware. And then... No, there was something... Oh, I think I had to...
Sacrifice.
I'm locked out of it for some reason. Why is that? Was it a forced password change
If you're asking
that
us,
I can't do anymore?
I think he's asking the ether.
Okay.
Either way...
I seem to remember that I'm locked out of
Either way, Aggro.
my old account.
The internet on Warhawk doesn't work anymore. They took those servers down, like, super early this year or last year.
Oh, yeah, I did have
And that made me horribly sad.
Yeah.
There's a LAN mode.
Right.
Which is why
It's a well-designed video game.
everyone... The LAN mode is the most important fucking mode in a multiplayer game. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to play Warhawk! So in any case.
God, I love Warhawk.
Yeah.
I thought about Warhawk today when I was watching the Halo 3 weekly beating.
Yes.
And
That's
you
kind
had the
of what
sword, and you and Bob just kept throwing grenades at each other. I'm like, I remember fighting with honor.
God, I love fucking the grenades in Warhawk. It makes no fucking sense for a fragment grenade to explode upon impact in a normal military setting, but they did, and it was beautiful. Like, look out, they're made with anti-U. So if you touch it,
Watch out for that.
You die.
Like, what's the melee button? Giant kukri knife? Oh my god.
God damn it. Yeah. Or wrench.
Yeah. Landing on a Warhawk, hitting it with a wrench until it blows up.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, no. I was very seriously considering it.
Man, Warhawk was great.
It was fucking bitching.
Man, the balance in Starhawk was awful.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. No, very different things.
Yeah.
I have to wonder... Oh, yeah, you still own Starhawk. You know what we should do? We should do a full-up, like, proper full party co-op.
Yeah, we should do that.
We could do a live stream of that. That sounds fun.
I remember all those levels in Starhawk where it's like, you need to spawn the thing to make a Starhawk and then go shoot down the enemies. I'm like, maybe no one told you who the fuck Dr. Aggro is. I spawn the thing that gets me a rocket launcher and jump around the geometry of a level not designed for foot travel and shoot down these fucking planes.
God damn it, Warhawk's so great. I wonder how many people we could drum up for a Warhawk thing.
It was so weird how like having half the game be way overdeveloped made it super balanced.
With Warhawk?
Yeah, because like it was supposed to be an airplane game when they started making it. It was.
I don't know if it was meant to be exclusively airplane. I know
those are the first things we heard. It was an entirely aerial combat game.
Actually, no. The debut trailer even shows soldiers going through a dark corridor.
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah. That's the first shot in the trailer.
I just remember the huge flying armadas you were supposed to fight.
And that's what it cuts to after that. Just the, like, sky with the 1 plane, 2 plane, 3 billion planes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, the PS3 is amazing. And then it comes out and I'm like, this game's really fun, so I don't care that I was like, do.
Like those
See,
planes.
that's how you do it, Killzone 2. That's how you do it.
You fucking... you play that game and you're like, man, these Warhawks are way overdeveloped. There's like it's a whole separate game in the sky.
Yeah.
Until the rocket turret comes into play.
Yeah, it's fucking god damn it. And then sniping people with the rocket turret because you just turn it and fire it without a lock on properly. And
fucking shooting half the goddamn map away at a Jeep you can't lock onto. And then pulling your dick out and pointing at it and turning around to the rest of the land going, yeah! Yeah!
And that was the last Warhawk LAN party.
I won.
No one won. Jay touched your penis.
You all went to sleep later, so,
Oh.
Game time.
But, yeah, Warhawk LAN. Oh, that's what else I meant to mention in the what I've been playing category. We played 31 hours of Smash in those, like, 4 days.
Jeez.
What the fuck?
You had a disease.
Had?
And the only cure
was going back to my full-time job?
Yeah.
What?
Was that all Brawl?
It was all Brawl.
31 hours of
Now,
Brawl?
imagine a good Smash.
Right?
I'm going to die.
Right?
I better quit my fucking job.
Right?
I better quit my job so I can afford to buy all these things.
To afford to die.
Where'd you get all this money I stole from the people I killed? You're crazy. I think there's enough here for 2. Crazy awesome.
Fucking, I don't know. Like, on the Amiibo thing, as cool as it would be to have them all, and my plan to flip it over and sell them is arguably profitable. Maybe not, depending on Nintendo's strategy.
He literally turns them upside down and posts pictures of them and goes reverse amiibos, 150% markup.
It just, like, tweets/pizza. Like, man, you are just not doing good at this life thing. Where do you think you are? Let's start with that. After that, who do you think you are? But yeah, no, like with Skylanders, it fucking, like, that's a good strategy. With the Disney thing, that's a good strategy. The problem is Nintendo is very good at shooting themselves in the foot. Constantly. They could have supply issues. They could not actually release the 3DS adapter. There may not be enough extremely crazy, hardcore Smash Bros. Fans like myself to justify the sale of all the Amiibos.
You're wrong. There are always enough crazy Smash Brothers
What I'm really
fans.
waiting for is the Amiibo mod community to come out. Switching chips, just doing cosmetic things to the Amiibos.
Okay, so you know the bad guy from The Incredibles?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that guy?
Syndrome.
Yeah.
He's, for some reason, the most insanely rare Disney Infinity figure.
Okay.
It's so random. It's like Syndrome? And Bob's like, yeah, apparently, like, kids come in all the time. Apparently, I don't know, something about him in the game. Just, like, they really want that figure. They didn't print enough. He's now, like, insano rare. And I'm like, but fuck him. Bob's like,
Syndrome is awesome.
I'm like, man, Syndrome is not a cool guy. He must be the worst Disney Infinity figurine. And Bob's like, yeah. And then he brought up the fact that Lone Ranger's in there. I'm like, nope, never mind.
Yeah.
Every figure from Lone Ranger, no matter who or what it is the worst. Mm-hmm. They all tie for last. And he's like, but there's double Johnny Depp because you get Captain Jack Sparrow, and then you get racist Indians.
Double dip. Ugh. But there's also the cars.
No, I'm more okay with Cars than Lone Ranger.
All right.
And more okay with Cars than Syndrome because at the end of the day, Syndrome wasn't a good movie.
True.
And he basically had Space Ghost's power set.
I know, wasn't that weird?
Right.
I was like, wait, who?
Don't you mean awesome?
Both, really. It's just like, but you aren't voiced by him.
Which, I mean, let's fix that.
So
Let's get that guy back in the public sphere.
fix that.
When everyone is special. Oh God, maybe not.
Oh man, please tell me there's a torrent out there of the Brack Show.
Oh man.
There's gotta be.
Oh man.
They don't make that shit like, you can't buy the Brack Show, right? Because they'll go to jail.
I think maybe you can.
No, they've been running commercials. No, they've been running commercials on Adult Swim saying like we at one point had all our shows online. Then we took it down because we're dumbasses.
Yes.
And it's like now all of our shows are back up, even the ones everyone hates, and it just shows Brack.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
that's great.
God, I miss Cartoon Planet.
Yeah, I told Bob my biggest source of inspiration as a human being, the thing that constantly keeps me in awe, is the fact that the people who made Space Ghost got away with that one episode that repeats 3 times in its 22-minute block. Those people are motherfucking heroes.
Yes.
Have you ever seen it?
No. I can kind of infer
it's-
what's going on.
It's 7 minutes with some seconds. It begins with this weird arbitrary plot that just crawls along. It involves Space Ghost going to all these different people, no real connected dots, but it's always like, it's like a noir thing of like, oh no, you need to see such and such. But it just keeps going, and at the end, someone goes fucking crazy and detonates a nuke, and then it cuts to a fuzzy screen. And it's like, you know, static, like TVs when and then it zooms out, and Space Ghost is watching it on his console. And the whole thing loops 3 whole times.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most surreal, horrifying thing for me
And
at the age of 8.
Right?
At
It's
2
so
a.m.
young and it's on so late. It was that first real idea I had of two different things. One, that man, adult culture is just bonkers. 2, these people really aren't being supervised.
Yeah?
See, I hadn't yet fully. The terror gripped me so deeply of that. The existential terror of that gripped me. I'm like, shows
shouldn't do this.
Don't do this.
It was
Is this
wrong.
happening
Cannot
on
be
purpose?
allowed.
What does this mean? What is happening? What is happening right now? And then it stopped at the end of the 3rd time. The 3rd time, I was scared the whole way.
Yeah.
I was just terrified. I'm
Bray's
just,
gonna be one of those screamers that someone's gonna bleed out of their eyes.
what happens this time scared me. The idea of like, what is going to, and then it ended. And I was like, thank you. God, it's over. That's still, and it just stays with me. And I'm like, those people are fucking champions.
I'd watch the interviews as a kid, and he'd just, like, they'd get bored halfway through writing the bit, and it would
Yeah.
just peter out and stop.
Yeah.
And he was always so angry.
Who?
Space Ghost. He would just get angry for no reason.
Yeah.
He scared me as a kid.
Like he would say something, and then the guest would just be like, it would just cut to a clip of them not reacting in some way that made it look like they were autistic.
Then you just cut to Multar and whatever he's doing.
This is great because Moltar is the producer for the show. He's not even fucking paying attention. So, okay, early GigaBoots fans. I'm just going to go ahead and say all of you are early GigaBoots fans because we're going to, fucking famous by the end of this year. Just look out for it. In any case,
Look out for that, Eric.
watch out for that.
Wink.
When we blatantly rip off Space Ghost for the GigaBoots series, don't mention this podcast. Don't be like, yeah, episode 31, they fucking said they would do it, and then they did it.
Is that why we misnumber our podcasts all the time? To throw them off?
Yes. To make time stamping to podcasts a lot harder. This is the one where he said he would do something again, and then he didn't. Isn't that every podcast?
Yes.
What
We
was
should
it?
listen to that one podcast where Dan says he's totally going to do a review.
What was it? I think the last podcast I said I was going to post a link to something. I don't know what I said I would post a link to, and that thing's huge.
not junky footage of 3DS Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Jesus, I am late to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess this episode's gonna feature a description that says, and now it'll be really funny if I don't.
Yeah, funny's the word for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.